Good morning. Sorry, friend, it's Mitty Man coming back at you from Walker's Music with yet another word for the day. Saturday afternoon edition, I mind you. It's been a holiday to remember. And matter of fact, it's been a 2014 been a year to remember, and we like to give God all the glory and praise for life, health, and strength for it, whether it is. I want to say this afternoon, and I'm talking mostly now about the things that are going on in our land, people. We got a lot of unrest going on right about now. And like I said before, Jesus already said that these things were going to be. But I think and I feel that it's time for America to wake up. It's time for our legislators. It's time for the people that's in charge of making laws. It's time for them to step up now to the bat. We're looking at this thing that's going on in our country right about now with the condition with our police force as in the citizen. And I mind you that first of all, my heart goes out to the family members that have lost loved ones, as well as because really and truly, if you think about it, there have been police officers as well as lost their lives, and so they got a family too. So what the man is saying, what we need to do right about now, I feel that the lawmakers, the high officials in our government, they need to come together now. They need to get down to they need to have a board meeting. In other words, they need to get together. They need to say, let's settle this here problem with the police force and the citizens. People, we got to trust the police force. We must trust the police force because they are to protect and to serve. And that's what a lot of them are trying to do now. Like I say, and I'm just going to be fair. I'm going to be fair. If there's wrongdoing by any on either side, whether it be on the civilian side or the police side, if there's somebody that's wrong, then that person need to be reprimanded. That person need to be punished, I should say, or brought to justice on either side. But we got to remember, we just can't be lopsided about this thing. You got to remember, now, the police, they put their lives on the line every day, y'all. Come on now. The police force put their life on the line every day. And they encounter all kinds of ludicrous, idiotic stuff from idiotic people. They are concerned, or should be concerned about their lives when they go out on duty. And I'm quite sure they got to be alert and they got to be on point. Matter of fact, I'm speaking at from a military point of view because of the fact being a military man. I know that in a hostile environment, you got to be ready. So in other words, what we are saying is that we need to look into this thing and see what's going on. Don't judge the whole police department or the whole police force by the actions of just a few. No. Neither will you want to judge the civilians by the action of a few. See it go both ways. And I feel that what we need to do now, we need to come together. We need to decide. Because we cannot lose trust in the police force. They are protecting the serve. And they are the ones that's in charge of keeping law and what? Order. Now, if I go out and break the law and be disorderly, they got to put Man in check. That's their job. Now, I didn't say it was their job to beat me half to death and I ain't got a weapon in my hand and I'm not trying to resist anything. No. And the real police officers that take pride in their work, they are not going to do that. Now, I know that we got an exception to every rule. There's an exception in every case. You got some people that's not going to do right, regardless, whether it be on the police force side or the civilian side. We got people that are not going to do right. What I'm saying is we got to forget about those that are not going to do right. And let's look at this issue of the people done lost confidence in the police force. The police force, they are on edge because they don't know the next call they get. Somebody might be trying to take them out because of the relation that they've been built up by people teaching and preaching hate. We need to stop this hate game. We need to stop this hate game. And let's see, can we come together? And let's solve the problem. Let's just solve the problem with good old-fashioned common sense. and go back to the Bible. Jesus said, love ye one another. That's what he said. Now, we're not trying to justify either side. We're not trying to justify police officers that use unusual force. In other words, unnecessary force. No, we're not trying to. We're not condoning that. Neither are we condoning people, civilians that are breaking the law. If that be the case, they are there to protect and to serve. The civilians, when we sleep at night, if it was not for the fact that we got a police force, you probably couldn't even get a good night's sleep. Because if it wasn't a police force, every criminal out there would be more inclined to just come on into your house, break into it and knock you out, kill your family, whatever. But because they know and they got a threat of a police force catching them, they decided not to break into your house last night. People, what I'm saying, let's be fair about this thing. And I feel that what we need to do now, the government, all the law officials and the people that make legislation need to come together. There need to be some inquiries. There need to be some investigations. And if wrongdoing is being found, let us punish the one or the two that are guilty of these here crimes. Let's not judge the whole police force because of what 2 or 3 may have done. And I do say may because I don't know all the facts. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody do anything, but you got other people that say they have, so I don't know. But I'm just saying for whatever side it might be, the civilian or the policeman, the police force side, they need to come together. And you need to have mediators, and I believe these should be government law officials that should come together and try to solve this problem before it get out of hand. It's just about out of hand. And this could only lead to more bloodshed. And remember, the police blood is red just as well as mine. So if they get shot or cut or beat up and everything, they got a family as well as I got one. So let's not be lopsided about this thing. It all needs to stop. The brutality, if there being brutality, it needs to stop. And if we are breaking the law and they're doing all these things advertently against the law on purpose just because of the fact that they got this here hate messages going all over the land now. And they trying to make the thing black and white as usual. They're trying to make it black. Let's forget about the color right now. And then look at the color red. Blood is being shed, and we need to stop it. That's point blank. That's just my take on it, y'all, the way I see it. And being the ex-military, and I know how it is to be in a hostile environment. And if you're in a hostile environment and your job is to protect, and to serve, and to keep the peace, that's what you're gonna do. And I just my heart goes out for this nation, and I'm praying for America. I'm praying for America that we can come together and get this matter solved. There's so much going on all over the world, and different things are going on, and we need to first get our home front straight, and then I feel if we get home front straight, we can go abroad and get some of that straight too. But I'm just gonna tell y'all what's gonna be until Jesus comes. But we can do our best to try to make things as right as we can until he comes. Let us do like he told us to occupy until he comes. And people, occupy is a military word. Yes, occupy until he comes. So what I'm saying, whatever you get into, if God is not in it, please, ma'am, please, sir, come on out of it, because it's going to come to nothing. Let's bring God in this thing, and so we can mend these relations back together with the police force and the civilian. Because right now is a very dark cloud over those two groups, and you got to trust your police force. You got to. And if you can't trust the police force, who you gonna trust? And then if the policemen, they are always going out and they are afraid of somebody got a pistol away for them, they gonna protect themselves too. So you got a real sticky situation here that I feel the legislators, the lawmakers, they're gonna have to come together, bring everybody to the round table and solve this thing, because it can get uglier, and I mean very ugly. This middleman saying peace, goodbye.